All right, Del Horn salute. We're doing the Untold Truth here today about a party trailer. Thanks for watching. I just posted this one, Ghost Story. I did it at nighttime. I'll just give some background for anybody that was new that's picking up on this. I would write a book if I could. And since I'm doing YouTube, I want to format some stories that try to make it interesting enough to keep you for the 11 minutes or so to let you know what happened during the Cold War Army. The end of the old army and the beginning of the new. We were that last doper generation. We were some troublemakers, and things were going to change in 1985. So anyway, well, one of the first things you're going to do when you get your post, probably go buy a handgun and a big old fucking knife or some shit. Big old Rambo knife, a commando knife, whatever. So I got this 45 automatic, and you know, what's cool about Alabama is you can go drive off somewhere on the side of the road out in the country, find a dump somewhere, and start just blowing shit away. We had 45s, 357s, sawed-off shotguns, you name it. We had boom. A lot of fun, man. So I traded my 45 for a Honda 750 motorcycle, and the rule back in the day was if you couldn't afford a Harley, there was some honor at least riding a Honda 750. In fact, they made Honda 750 choppers. So I rode a bike a lot when I was 17, and I got in trouble on a motorcycle, and I will not give up the size of the bike. It was, I'm embarrassed, I won't say it, but I rode it everywhere. I mean, I rode from Raytown to Warrensburg, which is a good 50 miles out on a highway, 2-lane highway out in the country. God, that was neat. But anyway, I got this motorcycle, got it fixed and running, come from St. Louis with this guy, and he was more than happy to trade the bike for a gun. He was a gun freak, so it was a good trade. So in the process, I'm riding around, and this guy, Hunter, from the 82nd Airborne, he was a specialist. Should have been a sergeant. Again, a lot of these guys that came from Vicenza, Italy, from the 509th, specialist, PFCs, they didn't make sergeant, and they were all getting kicked out. This guy come from, I mean, he was a decent dude. He was a good troop, but all he was a specialist. There was a couple specialists I'd have met in there, and I can't remember this one guy with the dog, but he couldn't get to the sergeant. This one guy says, I'm not going to kiss ass to get sergeant. He'd been through everything, all the schools and everything. He says, I'm not kissing ass to be a sergeant. So Hunter has his trailer, and somehow I get it. I think it was like $150 a month, and the mayor of Daleville, Alabama, owned this little trailer park, so I'm going to get my first fucking rental. So, man, it's cool. So now I'm out of the barracks, I'm riding a motorcycle, and I'm bumping into other people, some guys in town on motorcycles, and there was this one dude on a Moto Guzzi. I don't remember his name, we called him Blade. He come out of Korea, and he loved to tell stories about all the shit they were doing in fucking Korea and that. So there was like seven of us riding around, and Blakely, my roommate, he was getting ready to get kicked out. He was part of that Vicenza, Italy 509th that come over here. The dude was a PFC. He'd been in for at least a couple of years, never got a Spec 4. But he never advanced. He never did nothing. He finally gave up. They just drank, fucked, smoked dope, and got the fuck out. A lot of weird shit going on back there. Can't really explain why some people didn't advance and others did. So anyway, we're all riding these bikes, and we're getting high. Now, you go to Enterprise, Alabama, and before this guy, I think his name was Curtis, but before Curtis, it was this black dude. He took me and a few of us to Enterprise, Alabama, off a post. It was a few miles off a post, and there was this little corner alley, and all the brothers would come out. You show them $10, and they'd flip you a little bit of weed, and you hope to God you weren't getting ripped off back in the day. So here's $10, and I think because we were with Curtis and who we were, I never got ripped off. And the weed was always fucking fantastic, and we were going there daily. Oh yeah, you know, $10, get a little bit of dope, go back to the trailer and just get all fucked up. And that's where, you know, after you get off of your duty and shit, it was a nice place just to get away. Yeah, it was nice to get the fuck out of the barracks. It was nice to be away from all the noise and the bullshit. I can sit here and relax in my clothes, you know, just in civilian clothes, smoke some fucking weed, and party with friends. I think that little short time right before I got in trouble was probably some of the most fun I'd ever had in my fucking life. It was really neat riding around with 7 other dudes. I mean, it was magic. So when I got busted, this was in October, and the ride's coming to an end with this trailer. The guy that chickened out of the jump him and Sergeant Cannon, they're banging on my door one morning. You need to come back to post. And this is right before I get into trouble, get into trouble with my Article 15s. So I drag myself to clean up, and I hurry up and I get back on post on my motorcycle. Show up and they inform me that you can't ride your motorcycle because it's not properly Army ID'd. Well, I tried to get proper Army ID and it didn't fucking work. You got to take your car to get a little tag, and the guy's a dickhead down there, and if the light beam ain't just right, he don't give you the fucking tag. What a dirtbag. So, and they inform me that I'm deep shit and my presence is required back on post. Now, the party trailer. There was a sergeant and he had a brother. These guys were from Panama, and I tell you what, these motherfuckers could party. So after I get in trouble and all that, I do my time, and I tell you what, in 30 days' time, things can change. Blakely's already been gone. Right before I lost a trailer, Blakely got kicked out, and this one of the last guys from Vicenza, Italy, I remember your name, ass fuck. He had a real pretty redheaded wife. He comes in the trailer and he's just ripping me. He's going off about everything. It was so out of character. And I don't know how many times I've seen out of character from people. It was so out of character with this guy. And you wanted to hit him, but you just let him run his fucking mouth. He's getting kicked out anyway. So when I get back into society, everything's gone. Now, this one guy in town, you ever seen them little bitty baby trailers? They look like an egg. It fits maybe one person in. I actually got inside one of these, and this guy was cool as fuck. And I think there was 4 or 5 of us in there getting high and shit. Small, cramped, but this guy was living in it down south and all that. And after I'd done everything was gone. Yeah, everything was gone. Everything changed that quick. So these Panamanian guys take over the trailer. And we'd go there on the weekends and just get fucked up. So towards the time I'm getting kicked out, I used to drink Mad Dog 2020. I could drink 1 bottle to blackout. 1 bottle led to 2. And by the time I got out of the Army, I could drink 3 bottles of Mad Dog 2020 before I would black out. I'm not lying, man. I was super fucking alcoholic back then because couldn't get high. After I got in trouble and all that, if a sergeant was willing to get me high, I was going to get high. There was a couple of Thanksgiving and Christmas parties where a little weed got passed around and nobody really got in much trouble about it, but that was really neat. That was my first time in a place of my own. Oh, this is funny too. We had these black neighbors, okay, and they were really quiet. They never fucked with us, but they'd always be looking out the window with the biggest eyes. We'd take these smoke grenades. We had access to smoke grenades, so sitting there getting fucking hot, pop off a purple smoke, a blue smoke, and go whole fucking thing. So these fucking people got that crazy fucking white people across there going fucking crazy, and damn Army people. So we were hellraisers. You don't think about your neighbor and that. You just hear you're in the trailer, smoking dope, riding motors. There's all these motorcycles, a couple cars, and just music, noise, people having a good time. Not bothering nobody, just maybe setting off a smoke grenade, but no, it was really fun. When I got back home, it took a while for me to get into my own thing, and that was another long-ass story. But no, that was my first. It got it, and it was just, for that short period of time, there was a magic about it. Let me check my time here. Yeah, this might end up being a short one. It was just off house. You got your barracks, and when you can you get off post and you can find a place to live. That was really the way to go. I remember the wall-to-wall counselor. He used to live inside the barracks, and I think right before I got out, I went down to his trailer. He had himself a nice little girlfriend. He had a nice place to live. And when you went into this guy's trailer, God, he was so nice and polite. That Army shit didn't work there. No, he was a real human being. He was cool as fuck, man. But put a uniform on this guy, throw him back in that barracks, and he will throw you around the fucking walls if he didn't like what the fuck you were about. So yeah, the party trailer, it is what it is. I mean, you start somewhere in life, and I just kind of rambling. I just one of those memories I wanted to share. Again, if you're watching this, I'm not 100%. Just, bear with it. I'm just sharing some shit, and it is what it is. You either watch it or you don't. You don't give a fuck, you know, whatever. I don't care. It is what it is. So thank you. Thank you very much. I don't know what I'll come up with next. It's just, I got a few things here up quick. I guess I'm going to have to take some time to think about things. So, like I say, I would write a book, but I can't. So I thought I'd share some memories. So I'm done rambling. Thanks. Hit that like and subscribe, and we'll see what I post next if I do.